Good evening. We are here to host a community forum on the renaming of School 33. I'm LaShara Evans, and I'm the Chief of Staff to the Superintendent. I will be your moderator for this evening forum. As stipulated in Policy 7500, a petition has been presented to the Superintendent or the Board of Education by school community members to change the existing name of School 33. The request for a name change shall be supported by at least 100 community members. The submission of a petition does not serve to automatically change a school name, but will trigger the procedures established within the policy. The policy has other requirements that must be met. They include, number one, the superintendent of schools or designee shall develop a timeline for recommending a name to the Board of Education. The superintendent shall communicate the timeline to the Board of Education. Number two, the superintendent of schools or designee shall hold one or more community forums to explain the purpose and mission of the new school or facility, consolidation, programmatic change, or petition proposing the change in the school's name. The district shall inform the public and the media about the community forum or forums to discuss the proposal to name or rename a school or facility. At the community forum, which is being held this evening, the superintendent shall solicit names from the public for the new or renamed school or facility. The community forum is being held this evening, and we have 2 speakers. We also have suggestions from 3 others. Finally, the superintendent should recommend up to 3 names for the new or renamed schools or facilities to be considered at the public board meeting on June 20th. I will open up the floor to speakers who will have 3 minutes to provide their recommendations and comments. Our first speaker this evening is Vincent French.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me here. My name is Vincent French. I am the president of the Edison Tech Alumni Association and the diversity coordinator at the Monroe County Public Defender's Office. I'm here today to express my unwavering support for the renaming of John James Audubon School Number 33 after the esteemed Queen Mother, Dr. Irish Jean Bannister. As Dr. Bannister wisely once said, be mindful that they're kids and they're watching. So show them something good. Show them how to carry themselves with dignity. My wife, a proud 2008 graduate of St. John Fisher University, is from Brooklyn by way of Jamaica. She came to Rochester specifically for St. John Fisher College's Wegman School of Nursing BSN program back in 2005. Recently, I shared with her the news of Dr. Bannister's passing and the significant impact that she had on my life and the lives of countless other individuals throughout the Rochester community. After showing her a picture of Queen Mother, my wife immediately recognized her and began to recount how Professor Bannister had a profound impact on her as one of her students at Fisher. You know, it's amazing how Dr. Bannister's influence reached us both, albeit through different paths. Her message about children watching and learning from us is deeply personal and relevant to our lives. Queen Mother, Reverend Dr. Iris Bannister, has been a pillar of the Rochester City School District and a revered leader in our community. Her career spans decades of service during which she tirelessly advocated for equitable education and championed the rights of all students. Dr. Bannister's leadership and dedication have transformed countless lives. Her ethos of demonstrating dignity and goodness for the sake of children's future has been a guiding light in her career. Renaming School 33 in her honor is about more than recognizing her contributions. It's about embedding her values and spirits into our educational system. The renaming serves as a constant reminder to our students and community that the pursuit of knowledge and the fight for justice are inseparable. It underscores the importance of honoring those who have dedicated their lives to creating a more inclusive and equitable society. Dr. Bannister's name on our school will inspire future generations to strive for excellence and to understand the profound impact one individual can have on their community. Renaming School 33 in her honor would not only recognize her monumental contributions, but also serve as a lasting inspiration for our students. Her legacy embodies dedication, resilience, and the transformative power of education. This renaming symbolizes our community's respect and gratitude for her lifelong work in shaping a brighter future for all. It also reminds us of her lifelong work in it also reminds us of the critical lessons she imparted. Again, kids learn from what we teach them. So we must show them something good and teach them to carry themselves with dignity. I urge the board to approve the renaming of School 33 to honor Reverend Dr. Iris Jean Bannister. This is a fitting tribute to an extraordinary individual whose impact on our community is immeasurable. Let us honor her legacy and ensure that future generations are inspired by her remarkable contributions. Knowing that both my wife and I were fortunate enough to have been influenced by her reinforces the profound reach of her wisdom. Thank you for your time and your consideration.
Thank you, Mr. French. Our next speaker will be Simeon Bannister.
So let me just start by expressing my sincerest thanks as my younger brother walks in the room to both the board, to the superintendent, to the team here at Rochester City School District, which is certainly a place that my mother knew well and that she loved. Iris Bannister was honored in this very room just a few weeks ago. And I want to thank the Board of Education for that wonderful honor to recognize the contributions that my mother made to Rochester and to the Rochester City School District. 32 years of service for RCSD. That evening, I talked a little bit about the importance of place and why place matters. And place certainly mattered for my mother. Place mattered in our neighborhood. We actually just grew up around the corner from 33 School. Frankly, not too far from Tom Ryan, for whom the community center in the building bears the name. And as a kid growing up, we spent a whole lot of time at 33 School. We spent time out on the fields and play and recreation. We hung out at the Sully Branch Library. That's where my mom taught my brothers and I to read and to embrace the love of learning. She was responsible for the education of the educators at 33 School, often providing in-services and trainings and educational opportunities to help everybody get better at the craft. Place mattered, and our neighborhood was one of the places that mattered a whole lot to my mom. A place matters. This building is a building that mattered a whole lot to Iris Bannister. I think I told the story that if you walk out this door and about 30 feet down the hallway and look up at the ceiling, you'll probably see the old pencil marks from my brother and I shooting pencils up into the ceiling and paper clips all over the place. I suspect that maybe even in one of those radiators is the remnant of a piece of paper from my brother and I putting our face on the copy machine as we hung out down here at RCSD night after night watching my mother's devotion to making sure that young people receive the best possible opportunities that they could possibly have. We certainly spent time in this building. We spent time in a lot of buildings for the Rochester City School District. Again, watching my mom perform workshops and services, watching her teach young people all across this district. Place mattered to Iris Bannister. The city of Rochester and our region, in fact, mattered to Iris Bannister. It mattered so much that not only was she on a myriad of boards and a myriad of other community organizations in which she served, Mom was there to make sure, in partnership with Jim McCullough and then on, that Action for a Better Community would continue to provide for folks that were in the most economically vulnerable positions in our community. She was there with CONEA to make sure that as a neighborhood organization that it could thrive and grow and represent the interests of neighborhoods. She was there to make sure, as a leader for the Lead Coalition, to make sure that our babies would be safe from the poison of lead that was in homes all across our region. Mom was there in this city and in this region because place mattered to her, and the people in this place mattered to her. It mattered in her professional life. It mattered to her in her personal life. It mattered, as she would say, in her vocation and her avocation. Regionally, it mattered where she served as a board member and a trustee at Geneseo, which was her alma mater. It mattered to her as a professor at St. John Fisher. It mattered to her as a professor at Colgate Rochester. It mattered to her as a professor at Brockport. This community mattered to my mom, and in fact, even the globe mattered to my mom. To their work across seas, particularly on the continent of Africa in places like Senegal and places like Ghana, West Africa, where she was in fact named a Queen Mother. What really mattered to us, so my brother and I, as we watched my mom be named as a Queen Mother in this seemingly faraway place in Ghana, West Africa, is that when they named her Queen Mother in Ghana, we got back here to Rochester, and folks said, of course, we already knew that she's Queen Mother. And folks began using that same title here in Rochester, not as a honorific, but because place and people mattered to Iris Bannister, and people in this community knew that they mattered to her. And so as we stand on the precipice of this recognition, so grateful for so many that have poured out their excitement and enthusiasm about this choice. I just took a quick smattering. I won't certainly go through all of these, but it was wonderful to see folks like administrators here, like former administrators Marilyn Patterson Grant, current administrators Renee Turner, note that Iris Bannister deserves this honor in reaction to the post from the Democrat and Chronicle. It was wonderful to see Superintendent Peluso, one of your counterparts in the area, a new person to our area, Superintendent Barbara Mullen, post that this was a beautiful honor that was well-deserved. It was wonderful to see my friend Danielle Ponder, who has gone on, was a student of my mother and has gone on to worldwide acclaim, post that this was an important thing to happen for our community. Folks from the county legislature, the assistant principal at School 33, Michelle Killings, wrote, "What an honor. I love this for her." We are just so appreciative of the outpouring that has come from folks all across this community, former students of my mom, folks that she has engaged, folks that she has touched, who have encouraged this decision from the board. And so I will conclude by just saying thank you, and conclude with a note of gratitude for the consideration that's been provided for this decision. We know that these things don't come easily, and we don't take it lightly as a family. But we are so grateful to know that this community will have the opportunity to remember the contributions that Iris Bannister made to this place that we all call home. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing that we have no other speakers, this community forum is closed.